and welcome back to the Studio I YouTube channel. Today is the last installment of Goals Week here on this channel while we prepare for 2023. Don't mind if you can hear my boyfriend gaming or the dishwasher or the slat plants behind me. I am making it work in this really tiny apartment. Today we're going to talk about career goals and basically how to set your career goals for 2023 so we can all be boss ladies in the upcoming year. So I approach career goals a bit different. I mean, I had a burnout last year and it wasn't the most fun experience. So my career goals will never be the very hard, I want to do that job at that level and that salary. I think you should approach career goals in a way that serves you. So a successful career does not necessarily have to mean earning a shitload of money or being a CEO. It can mean something different for each and every one of us. That's what I want to talk to you about today. If you are very unhappy in your career right now, or even if you are happy in the job that you do, start by envisioning what your ideal career would look like. Because an ideal career looks different for each and every one of us. For me, my ideal career would be to take Studio I full time. But for you, it might be becoming a surgeon at the hospital you work at or anything else. But your career is yours and you have to define what makes it successful. Is it money? For some people, it's money. It's the amount of money that they earn. For some people, it's free time, so that you have a flexible schedule and that you might be able to have more time in your life. For some people, it's the responsibility of a job that makes it successful, like being a CEO, for example. For some other people, it might be just flexibility. They don't want to have a lot of free time, but they want to be able to decide when and where they work. For example, for me, the where I work is very, very important before I can see it as successful. No matter what you choose as your definition of success, make sure that you're always doing something that you love. Because no money in the world can make up for doing a job that you hate. That is what eventually will burn you out. If you don't get any satisfaction from your job, no matter how much it pays, you will not be able to keep it up. So then we're gonna do what we always do on this channel, and we're going to create a vision. We're going to create a vision of what that life looks like when you are living your dream career, when you're living it out. Where do you work? What do your work days look like? How does your commute look? How does your free time fall around that job? What are the responsibilities that you have? Who do you work with? All those things, create a vision of what that job would look like. What are your responsibilities? All of that. And write it down, because that way you can create a deep connection with the job that you are envisioning for yourself. It's a lot easier to visualize and to connect with that. Say you want to be a surgeon, by knowing at what hospital and what specialty and all those things you want to do, instead of just saying, I want to be a surgeon. There's not really a story attached to it, and we as humans, we love a good story. So create stories for yourself that you can then go and live out. How often have you looked at your favorite characters on TV and you said, oh, I wish I had that life? Well, create a story for yourself that then you can aspire to live out. Once you have your vision of your ideal job in mind, create a job description. You see the job descriptions that you apply for, that you find on LinkedIn and all those things? Create a job description that you can match with those job descriptions that are online. So that means that not only do you have to fit the job, but the job that you want to apply for also needs to fit the job application that you made. So it's a two-way street here. You won't take anything anymore. It has to match up with the job description that you made. You can put non-negotiable items and nice to have items on there, but try to have a very clear vision of what a job must have for you before you are willing to take it. But sometimes it's not necessarily possible to just say, I have this job right now and I want to take another job and just do that job. Sometimes your job might be a couple of steps up on the corporate ladder, or there's skills that you have to learn, or you have to get a degree first. Then we're going to create a stepping ladder. You're going to create a ladder of all the steps, like the corporate ladder, of all the steps that you need to achieve. That will make you focused on what what you actually need to do to reach that first step, and then that second step, and then the step after. So you're not overwhelmed and you don't know how to get to that highest level that you want to be at. Sometimes it's going to be very straightforward. Sometimes you might have to maneuver left and right to end up where you want to be. If you find this hard, the best way to figure out what you need to do is to find people that are already doing what you want to do and learn from them. Look at what they did. Look at the journey that they did to get to where they are, and LinkedIn is an amazing tool for that. If you want to see what a person that you really admire did, you can just go and look it up on LinkedIn. Or if it's a more unconventional job, they might have a YouTube channel, or similar people might have a YouTube channel that explain to you how you can get there. But once you see somebody else's path, don't be afraid to skip over steps when you get the opportunity, or don't be afraid to apply a step above the one that you actually should be taking. That is what I did for my freelance job. I mean, everybody was telling me to start with like small freelance jobs here, left and right, but I just went for the big guns and I got a big gun. If I wouldn't have dared to apply for a job that was above my skill level, I would have never gotten there. There's a part of confidence in getting to certain career goals, but it's also just being strategic and really seeing at what you can sell yourself at, and that might help with skipping steps. It's okay if you get lucky and you get to skip steps. It's okay. You don't have to take the exact same route that somebody else did. It's not necessary for you to be valued in your career. For your ladder, because I got a bit distracted here, for your ladder, make sure that you know what skills you need to have, what you have to put on your resume, who do you need to meet, because that might be important as well. And plan in how and when you're going to make those things happen, and just work on them and take them once at a time. And you'll see, if you take them one at a time, the chances are very high that you will reach that goal way faster than if you were just going willy-nilly about it and without a plan. Reaching things and goals in life is just about planning. Just about planning. But you're gonna work on your confidence as well. If you want to climb a corporate ladder or the if you want to make progress in your career really fast, you will have to work on your confidence. You will have to come across very confident at everything that you do. If you're applying for a job above your skill level, you will have to be so confident that you can learn and that you can do this and that you can sell yourself and that you are valuable for that person, even though there's things you don't know yet. So confidence in career land is key. So work on that confidence. Work on believing that you are worth of doing any job that you have. Believe that you are worth to be paid more. And those things are easier if you come across confidence. And confidence, it takes time to build. It absolutely takes time to build. So go with the fake it till you make it. Nobody can tell whether your confidence is real or fake. Nobody knows. And eventually it will become natural. I hope that helped. That wraps up Goals Week. Next week is Habits Week. I'm also very excited for that one. So I will hope to see you then. If you like this video, feel free to check any of the other videos out in this series. If you want to see more of this type of content, you can always subscribe to my channel. Check out my other social channels in the description box, and otherwise I will see you next week. Toodaloo!